Hi guys, Drek'S here. I'm very proud to do a little project walkthrough of my new track, Santiano. Some of you maybe know the original track, which is a track from Hugo Frey in French, and it's a track close to my heart because when I was younger, I used to go to what we call here in Belgium the scout, and it's a track we used to sing along at night around the campfire. And some time ago, I would say like 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, decided that it was time to do a little remix of that track because I like it so much. It really has a powerful melody, really known here in Belgium and French-speaking Europe, and I've decided to try to make my own track with it. And then with Aaron Sky, we decided to do a little twist. He released his version, a more techno one, and I will do my version, which is the Hardstyle version. And so today I'm gonna do the little project walkthrough of my track Santiano. I think it's time to go. Let's start with what I think is the most important part, the vocal. So as you maybe have seen, there is two versions of my remix. The first one used the original vocal from Hugues. But as you know, I cannot really use it and release it that way, so we use the vocal from Axel, which sound like this.
She's a fine 3 mass like.
And Aaron Sky had that idea to make the tracks English, to keep the spirit of the track but to sing it in English, except for the hook, which is Axel singing in English, like in French but with an English accent, and I find it very original. That's the two version with the two vocals. For this presentation it's exactly the same on the instrumental part, just the vocals are different, so I'm gonna stick with the vocals from Axel for the presentation for this video. The first thing very interesting to present to you is the leads. Here, as you can see, I have a lot of them, but I'm only using the first layer, and so the melody sound like this alone. I heard that the sound is a bit crackling, but unfortunately the project is a bit heavy on my computer. And so as the lead, I have 4 layers. So the first one sound like this. Second one with the square-ish sound, harsher in the high, and even harsher, and the leads together sound with the main one, which you can see here. I've put it in mono, so if the track is played on a sound system with only mono, it could always be heard. Then we have the chord, so the chords sound like this with the first one. And the second one. So with the first one being cleaner and the second one being wider and a bit harsher to bring it to life. Then I have what I like to call the glue chord. So everything is silence except for the glue chord, which kind of bring the whole thing together and sound like this. And it also play the melody in it. The goal of this layer is really to bring the chord and the leads together. And together we have this. That's the leads, nothing really crazy about it, simply playing the melody. And then I've decided on part with the techno version of Aaron Sky to add a little support in the drop with a kind of vocal lead from Nexus that's really used in techno and sound like this. But to be honest, it's really subtle, just find it interesting to add it here. You can see it's coming. Very subtle, but I like that idea. Then we can go to what I like to call the vibe, the ambience of this track. It's very subtle, but we have the harp. We like those kind of very fast-hitting high notes. I feel that it brings the atmosphere of the track. And they have some pads, which is the classic pad I use. From Flex. Flex is really interesting to find some sound to play around for the vibe, for the ambience, to build the whole atmosphere of the track. And so together we have this. And then we have the main element of the break, which is the chord pluck. So very simple, silence. This preset, which is in fact simple saw wave with the cutoff going up and opening, and then in the build-up. I really like to play around this. So together it's very subtle and gives a lot of space for the vocals, but like it fill it and make it a bit stronger. Then I have the plucks, which bring the melody. From silence. So very easy, taking the melody and playing it alone. So for example, if I play the build-up here with everything in terms of vibe, I would say it sounds like this. Then to go under it, I have the bass line. So in the introduction, it's playing long note. And so in the bass line, I have two elements. Playing really lower, and I have the higher part. Later on the build-up, I start to play around with an offbeat bass, that's how I like to call it, with a half beat rhythm, up and down. As you can hear, the low stay long, but just the high add the rhythm. If I play everything, it sounds like this. And so it really brings the movement, really bring the rhythm toward the drop. And under it we have of course some basic percussion. Then we have also some effects. And with everything we have build up. There's the leads that are coming in the vocal. Yeah, that's what made the main element of the track. You can also hear some element from the Orange Sky version. It brings the sound used in the techno version from Iron Sky and make the true track a bit more blended together. Then if we continue, I think the second break, yes, it's exactly the same. I don't really have anything to show you there. And for the drop, that's also the same. What is interesting is, of course, the kicks. So we have the first one here. So once again, my good old friend Patcher, which helped me make my kick while I'm learning to make them by my own. So where I send the signal to multiple instances of nimble kick with kick elements, played around, EQ'd and smooshed together to have my final kick. And so in this case, we are going to check the different element. So we have at first the attack. Then we have the punch under it. Then we have the body. So what I call the body is like the crunch part, but only on the mid and high. And the tail, which is once again the good old tail one of my friends sent me and helped me build. So I have a little bit of my own sound, even though it was not really my own sound as it's my friend who helped me. But you know what I mean. They say, yeah, I love you. And so if I put everything together, we have the kick. If you are asking, I have a limiter, but just to reduce the gain of the low. Here, same. Then I have a fab filter Saturn on the crunch. I have a soft clipper and another Saturn on the attack. Then I have my surface, so it's very basic stuff, just to help me adjust the volume of the tail and the attack, to be sure it's fit my taste. Then I smoosh everything together, reduce again the volume, a little compressor, a final feature filter, just to check how the waveform is looking like, and then everything is sent to here. The limiter that does, just increase a bit the volume, but nothing too crazy. Here, some effect, I think in the intro requires it. Here, a bit of EQing, just boosting the bass because I miss it. And here, rounding elements, That's the way I do my kicks. And so I have the first one, which sound like this, and the second one, which sound like this. Just change a bit. I use different sample to make the track a bit more interesting. And then one of my favorite part of the whole track is the reverse bass kick. Which use exactly the same way, Patcher, but different samples. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do a little teaser because I feel like you deserve it. Like, let's go to kick builds. You can hear some element I played around. Yeah, this one is nice. I'm trying to get there, you know? I'm trying to get there. It's not perfect yet. But you know, trying to learn some element there. Maybe, I don't know, what could I show you more? Oh yeah, this project. This project was fun. I think I have a nice kick there. Yeah, that kick is mine. Sorry, I went in my mind for a bit, but yeah, still learning. You will maybe know what those tracks are. It's coming, I hope. Yeah, the reverb bass kick on the second drop with the vocal. It's a bit faster this way. This track is pretty simple, not a lot of neat little technique, but honestly, I've enjoyed so much making this track. I'm so happy to finally be able to release it. I really hope you enjoy it, but let's just listen last time the drop with the reverb bass kick.
You, my dear.
Damn it, that lag is so frustrating. Yeah, sometimes the project just cannot handle the power of the track. No, honestly, I think I will have, on the editing of the video, I will put the original one without the crackling. So that's it. I really hope you've enjoyed that little video. If you have anything you want to know, ask it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer you. And on that note, I say goodbye. See you next time. Bye.